finally, the day is upon us when little Uzi has made it to the big leagues. That's right. I remember way back in the day, in the GBA, when you were cutting your teeth on analyst work, you were the cute kid walking around the office, and everyone's like, oh, look at him, he's doing such a good job, give him a pat on the back and encouragement. Well, guess what? Those days are over. Sonny boy, you have moved in to the grandest arena of them all. You're not just a little office worker walking around with your little tight toys and your little hammers, squeaky, and beating it on things, and everybody telling you that you're doing great. Well, guess what? You've stepped in to the murder zone. You've stepped in to the arena with the greatest gladiator that draft format has ever seen. I hope you're ready. Because we're not going to be patting you on the back and tapping the top of your head and saying, oh, you're such a good boy, Uzi. You're doing such a great job. No. Now, I'm coming for your soul. Alright guys, OldManTup coming at you today with our Week 8 Four Horsemen Twice match against the one and only Uzi, who has been my friend for the longest time. I've known him since way back when in the GBA. When I first started, he was one of my first fans. And, well, not one of my first fans, one of my first friends that I made through there who wasn't an official part of the organization. So him and I have been friends for a long time. And we're both huge wrestling fans. So that little bit at the front is not meant as a slight in any way. He's going to do something similar on his video. I recommend you go watch it. If you're not familiar with wrestling culture, that is called doing a promo. And ultimately, I'm the bad guy. He's probably going to be the good guy. I don't even know. But that's how it's going to go. So we're moving forward, taking a look at the teams, and if you watched the team builder earlier, you know what we got and why we got it. And he's going to bring things that look relatively similar to what we thought he would bring. No Amungus, which is a big surprise, but also a big help because we don't have a lot that can deal with that. Aside from Amungus, he doesn't have Licky Licky, and after we wrecked shop with Miss Magus last week, I really thought he would bring that, especially to soak up some special hits from across the board on our team. But he's got the Barkanine, and he has the Tapu Fini, which I hate with a passion, so I hope I slit its throat and put it down for good today. But anyways, let's dive into this matchup. I hope you are ready for this. If you would like to be Bucktooth Bucko of the episode, I know it was really short notice on the video yesterday, but if you want to be Bucktooth Bucko of the episode and get shouted out in a video, let me know why you're the biggest Bucko fan, and or if you got merchandise, or if you have fan art, or something like that. I love when people have that kind of stuff, and I am not ashamed to show it off. Good, bad, or in between. So send that stuff to me. Best way to get it to me is at OldManTup on Twitter. But anyways, guys, let's dive into this matchup. Uzi and I have never actually played before. He is a phenomenal, just like AJ Styles, draft player. If I'm not mistaken, he's got at least one, if not multiple championships from leagues he's competed in under his belt. So we brought some heat this week because we need to throw him off his game and catch him off guard. Because like I said, he's been with us since day one, of the GBA. So he has seen how OldManTup has played since day one. So that is why we brought some unorthodox sets. We're leading with Roserade, our dedicated suicide lead Roserade. And we're going to get some Toxic Spikes. You know what you're thinking? Oh my gosh, Tub, that's the dumbest idea ever. Why would you set up Toxic Spikes when he has Tapu Fini? Hey, guess what? We're going to take Tapu Fini out like that, so it's not even going to matter. So he's going to lead with Hubert, which is his Kyurem. And I love Kyurem. I had it in the GBA at one point. And don't mind that little arrow on the side of the thing. Windows updated last night, and it's messing with me, and I can't figure out how to make it go away. But anyways, we're going to set up toxic spikes, and we're faster than this thing. I'm just like, wait, what? Now, we are max speed, but I expected Kyurem to outpace us, because if I'm not mistaken, it has 95 base speed, and we only have 90. So that means he's a bulky boy variant. Sludge Bomb is going to break that. We do have a layer of toxic spikes up. He's going to Ice Beam us. That is going to take us to Sash. So we've seen Sub and Ice Beam. We don't see Leftovers, so he probably has Roost. And we get a second layer of toxic spikes up. We do see the Roost here. He probably just wanted to gauge how much damage we could do with a Sludge Bomb to him to see our set, because we were focused Sash, and he's probably just checking. So we're going to Sludge Bomb here. And it does about 33%. We get the poison. And I know what you're thinking, Tup, that's fantastic. That's good hacks for you. No, it's not. Because I have 2 layers of toxic spikes, which would toxic poison him when he come back in. No one's thinking, oh, but you just got 2 ticks of poison on him. It doesn't matter. You'll see later why I would have much rather had him toxic poisoned than just regular poisoned. So we're going to bring out Miss Magus here, our trophy wife, and she is going to proceed to set up and dance all over his face. Now, I do make a few misplays here. We're going to set up Nasty Plot, and we have like a 50-50% chance to kill him at this range. But I was really trying to get cheeky here. Hopefully, he would maybe make misprediction. And a Psy Shock from a super bulky Yuxi does about 50% to us. And I'm at Salak Berry, so I wasn't thinking that I'm even HP, so 50% is what I'm sitting at right now. And if he's, I think it's mildly invested in special attack, he could possibly KO us at this range. But we set up another Nasty Plot in this thing's face, because I think he's going to be more bulky than anything because of the team he's brought. And Salak Berry is going to make us +1 speed, so we're faster than anything that isn't scarfed on his team. We have 2 Nasty Plots set up, which is awesome. So Miss Magus is just going to nuke this Yuxi. Cerebro goes down for the count. And he's going to send out Dorothy. And I'm just like, I hate Tapu Fini. Because I'm not going to be able to kill him at this range, but I want to hit him hard enough to make him pay in the event he tries to defog, predicting a switch or something. So we do just go straight away for the Shadow Ball. Moonblast is going to kill us every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So he is leftover set. He does have the Misty Terrain down, so we are not going to be able to toxic anything on the switch until that goes down. But we're going to bring in Rotom Wash here, and we're just going to keep setting things up in his face and be cheeky little devils. So he's going to send Casper out here, which is his Rhyperior. And we're going to go for Z Rain Dance, and that is going to give us +1 speed. And that is just fantastic. It's going to give us some rain, which gives us extra bot power on some of his Pokemon, which probably would give us at this range a kill on the incoming Tapu Fini. But unfortunately, we're just going to miss. So that's a bummer. Now, this doesn't affect the match a whole heck of a lot, because he's going to stay in right here and just take a Thunder to the face. So Tapu Fini goes down anyways. The only thing that does is gives us 1 less turn of the rain. So as you'll see as we progress here, Hubert's going to come out, which is his Kyurem. And I run the damage calcs, and I have HP fighting for this thing, and it does the exact amount of damage that a rain boosted Hydro Pump does, but it doesn't have the chance to miss. So I want to see how much damage I can get. And I'm at the point where this is, I understand I'm at full health, but I also want to wear down the terrain, as well as just make him use as many of his roosts as possible. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So this is going to drag on for a bit. And I'm just saying, well, eventually he's going to have to attack us. Maybe we'll see that he has a dragon move outside of Ice Beam. I'm guessing, based off the team we have, he is going to have Earth Power. I mean, he might have Dragon Attack for a Charizard switch in, but Earth Power would do just as much, and the only thing he really loses coverage against is Rotom. So he doesn't go for Earth Power ever. He's going to drop the Ice Beam finally here. That does a ton of damage, even resisted. Now, we're just going to keep Hidden Power firing, and I'm just like, okay. And at this point, I try to count his roosts, and I'm just like, okay, I haven't been keeping really good count in my head, but I'm like, well, I'll just check to see how many Hidden Powers I've got. Why am I down to half Hidden Powers already? And then it's like, oh yeah, Kyurem has Pressure. And I'm just like, well, that means he's going to be able to outlast me as far as the roosts go, because that cuts me down to only having 12 Hidden Power fighting, and if I'm not mistaken, Roost has 16 max PP, so that's no bueno. And I'm just like, at one of these ranges, if I could get him to get a little aggressive and try and frustrate him behind just Hidden Power fighting in his face over and over again, maybe, just maybe, I could get him to make a mistake, and maybe I get lucky, snag a crit in a useful situation. But that isn't the case, and he's just going to keep roosting. But I don't want this thing to be at full health when I bring in something else. I want this to have at least a little bit of damage on it, or at least get myself to the point that I can switch in. And at this point right now, I'm like 99% certain that he is Earth Power over a Dragon coverage move, like Dragon Pulse. Because I think he would have gone for Dragon Pulse by now when he was Ice Beaming. We do snag the crit there, but it isn't going to matter unless we get back-to-back crits on this thing. And the second Ice Beam attack pretty much confirms to me that he is Earth Power over Dragon Pulse. Now, we take him within the sliver of his life. Now, again, this is when Toxic Poison would be fantastic over regular Poison, but at this point it's actually helping us have the regular Poison because Kyurem switched in while the Misty Train was still up, so we wouldn't have been able to poison it anyways. So we're going to go to Master Lock here because, like I said, I am fully confident that this thing is most likely rocking the Earth Power. Now, I don't think he's going to want this thing to go down yet, so I predict a switch, and I'm just going to drop a Psychic right here. He's going to bring out Hubert, which is his Arcanine, and it's great to have that thing badly poisoned. He's going to intimidate us. Isn't going to matter, because like I said, we're just going to drop a Psychic. No, we're not. We're just going to double switch out because we're cheeky. That's right. We're not as far into the battle as we thought. We go right back out into Dabbot, and I'm like, oh, heck yeah. Predicted switch. The mind games are real. I'm already in your head, kid. I'm already there. He's going to drop an Inferno Overdrive, and I'm fully expecting this to be a physically attacking Arcanine, because the coverage it gets between Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, Crunch, Close Combat, possible Stone Edge, is just fantastic against my team. Whoa. Okay. So, anyways, we're going to bring out Requiem here, and he's going to switch out, which is going to give us the chance to set up a Calm Mind on the switch, because I don't think he's going to want to stay in after burning his Z move. And even if he has Crunch, we can take one, probably two, as long as he doesn't get the special defense drops. Or the physical defense drops. Now, one thing we noticed when we played against Arcanine, he outsped Rotom Wash. So it is definitely physically or an offensive or speedy, bulky variant, because he outpaced us, and Arcanine's base 90 speed and we're base 86. So he has to be near, if not completely, max speed. Which makes sense if he was prepping for a Rose Raid. So he's going to set up a Swords Dance, and Earthquake is here. And Shadow Ball's a better attack for us because we have Psyshock. Psyshock does less after a boost, even with Stab. And we put this thing in a decent range. And we're going to see it pop, and Iapapa Berry, or whichever berry this thing... Yep, the Iapapa Berry. Now, we just stay in here and go for a moon... Or not a Moonblast. A Moonlight. I almost said Morning Sun there. Jeez Louise. So we almost go for a Morning Sun there because in the event he gets cheeky and tries to set up another Swords Dance, we want to be at close to full health as possible. Now here we're just going to go for a Psychic. Because I don't think he's going to Earthquake, because why would I bring this thing in after he's done 2 Earthquakes? So I'm not going to Magnet Rise here. Plus, in the event he switches out, I don't want that to be ruined and and he's going to die to Toxic Poison at the end of the turn anyways. So, I don't have to hit it super hard there. In all reality, I probably should have set up a Calm Mind that turn. But he brings out Kyurem, which super makes me think he has Earth Power. So now I'm going to bust out the Magnet Rise because he ain't going to be expecting it. And what does he have? Earth Power. That's right. Predictions. I'm in your head, kid. You didn't see it coming. Alright. But anyways, he's going to start getting poisoned. He's just going to go straight out for an Ice Beam here. And what the heck did I do this turn? I went for a Psychic. Why did I go for a Psychic there? What was I predicting to come in? And that was a critical hit. I've been this Klefki is lucky Klefki, because I think that's back-to-back crits. Oh, I was predicting the possible Arcanine switch after I caught him with the Magnet Rise. That's why I went for Psychic. We are going to Calm Mind here. And he's going to Ice Beam. We'll be able to survive, and after leftovers, be able to take a second one, because that did 41 damage. So, after leftovers, it's going to take us up to 50. So, even if it's a weird roll, we should be able to kill this thing after surviving another Ice Beam. And we are going to just Flash Cannon here. It's super effective. And that is going to be able to take out the Kyurem, which is excelente. So, we had Rhyperior go down to the Toxic Poison, so let's go for Roserade. We saw the Flash Cannon, and I need to stay in just to get some kind of idea of what set this is. We're going to see the Fire Blast, and I'm like, does that mean he doesn't have close combat? Because if he doesn't have close combat, he can't beat Tyranitar, and I can set up and win. So I don't want to get too terribly excited at this point, because it's possible he's running a mix set. So I'm bringing Honesty, and Honesty is the best policy. And we have Weakness Policy. Ha, 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 ha. So he's got a Sunny Day here. I'm just like, that's some interesting tech. Too bad I'm going to Rock Polish in your face. But my guess is he has the Sunny Day and Solar Beam combination to be able to beat Rotom Wash and Tyranitar. But at this range, guessing that he's at least maybe a little bit bulky, and Earthquake should kill 100% of the time. And we get a crit there, so we're not going to know for sure until we get the set from Uzi. But at +1, we outspeed any variant of Aerodactyl, because it can't be Scarf because it's Mega Pokemon. And as long as we hit this close combat, or close combat. This Stone Edge, actually we only have to hit 2, because we can survive an earthquake from it, and it would actually boost our attack. But Stone Edge kills this all the time. All the time. It's like 150% damage. So we pull out a squeaker against the one and only leader of the Bullet Punch Club, Uzi. So that was a fantastic game. We have literally waited years to get to play on an official stage and do all these cool things with the Pokemon. So thank you, WBE, for finally making that possible and letting us have a match. Week 8, and we are on a win streak. So there's 12 weeks in a season. So if we win out, we could potentially be like 5-7 after starting out 0-7. And I don't know the exact stats or anything, but I'm actually kind of stoked about that after getting just kind of thwomped the first beginning of the season. And I'm going to continue bringing fun sets because I think I'm pretty much eliminated from playoffs at this point, and I don't even care about that. I love this team, and I love that I get to use some of these things and just be get them to shine, show some work. Weakness policy, Tyranitar for 1, Suicide Lead, Roserade. Roserade just has so many different roles. The same with Tyranitar. Can do so many things. It's just fantastic. But anyways, guys, we are 2 wins now. The Pirattatas are on a roll. But anyways, guys, I've been OldManTup. Let me know, what was your favorite set this week? Because we brought some, I don't want to say spicy memes, because I don't think any of these were memes, because most of these, in my opinion, were viable sets. But we brought some slightly unconventional things this year. I mean, weakness policy, Tyranitar isn't that out of the... And the dog's getting crazy. At least he waited till now. Isn't that far out of the realm of things you'll see. But anyways, guys, I've been OldManTup. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.